Long, long ago, in the fabled era, there was a rich and prosperous kingdom known as the Caliphate of Algebra. The Sultan was a content ruler with 5 generals and a huge army. But as fate had it, all the generals began to disappear mysteriously one by one. It was astonishing and had left the emperor aghast. He did not know what to do. Upon a suggestion, he sent his men in search of a man called Al-Khwarizmi. He was an intellectual and had many credits of resolving problems. Khwarizmi assured the Sultan that his students, whom he referred to as the variables, could temporarily be the generals and could assist the Sultan in tracing down the generals. Khwarizmi introduces the variables to the Sultan. The Sultan is apprehensive about the variables at first, but it is soon assured by Khwarizmi. The variables begin their search and gather enough information about the generals. The clues are quite puzzling, but they succeed in locating the generals. Once the generals return, the Sultan is overjoyed and invites the variables also to reside in his kingdom. That's when alphabets and numerals begin to coexist in the form of algebraic expressions. So what are algebraic expressions? Algebraic expressions are used to find an unknown quantity. It is a mixture of numbers and alphabets. The alphabets are referred to as literals or variables. Whenever there is an unknown quantity to be found out, we substitute it with the variable or the literal and can easily find it. It helps to resolve simple problems pertaining to daily life. Like for example, a certain quantity of a certain product is to be found, so that can be substituted by an alphabet and by a variable, and in this way the quantity can be found out by forming the algebraic expression. Let us have a look at some of the algebraic expressions. First one, 5x squared. This entire 5x squared is called as a term. It consists of a number and a literal. The number 5 over here is the coefficient. X is the variable. If at all, if I have to add or subtract a number, like in this case I can add or subtract number 1, so that will be a constant. Why is it called a constant? Because this number does not change. Since we have only one term, that is 5x squared, this is called a monomial expression. Now let us look at another example. 4m cubed minus 2 upon 3n squared. Here we have two terms separated by the subtraction sign. So because two terms are there, this is called a binomial. Looking at the third example, 3pqr minus 5pq plus 7r. Here three terms are separated by the subtraction sign and the addition sign. So this is called a trinomial expression. Now I have listed out like and unlike terms. So whenever we are concerned with addition and subtraction of algebraic expressions, we lay emphasis on having like terms grouped together. Let us look at the first example. 8p squared q squared, 7p squared q squared, minus 4p squared q squared. All these are monomials because there is only one term in each one of them. Now we add them by putting the addition sign in the middle. Here I keep minus 4p squared q squared in the bracket. Now since these are like terms, I take the variables outside, that is p squared and q squared. I put the numbers inside the bracket and go ahead with the Bodmer's rule. So I add the numbers first. 8 plus 7 is 15 and 15 minus 4 is 11. So I get the final answer as 11p squared q squared. Let's look at another example. 2x squared plus 5 and 9x squared plus 8. Now we have to add binomials. Now in this case we can use the horizontal method and as well as the column method. The answer will be the same. So when we do by the horizontal method, we simply add the binomials. We open up the brackets. 2x squared plus 5 plus 9x squared plus 8. I group the like terms together, which is 2x squared plus 9x squared, and I group the numbers together, plus 5 plus 8. 9 plus 2 is 11x squared plus 5 plus 8 is 13. When we look at the column method, there we arrange the like terms one below the other. So like I have done over here, I have first written my first binomial, which is 2x squared plus 5. Then I have carefully placed the like terms beneath one another. So 9x squared I have placed it below 2x squared, and 8, the number, I have placed it beneath number 5. I add them. Now 8 plus 5 is 13, so plus 13, and 9 plus 2 is 11. So 11x squared plus 13 is the answer. I hope you have enjoyed this session. This is Nafisa Ashtikar signing off. Thank you.